is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy on Sports joining you here this morning. Happy Friday morning to you here today on the channel. Week number 12 of our Ohio State Sim season. Trying to power our way through since we are likely headed for a playoff run here, and the new game comes out in a little more than a week. So trying to knock this thing out. The Minnesota Golden Gophers are in town to take on our Buckeyes, who are coming off a nice win over the Wisconsin Badgers. So appreciate everybody being on again. Nagy on Sports, only place on YouTube that you're going to find simulated sporting events, mostly football, with live original commentary. Let's kick this thing off here, left to right on your radio YouTube dial. And the Buckeyes will return the kick. Peoples up past the 20 to the 23-yard line, and that's where Ryan Day's bunch will start. Here's a look at true sophomore, or redshirt freshman, Julian Sayin, quarterback. He's had a nice season there. You can see just 3 interceptions to his 27 touchdowns. He'll start under center, and he'll stretch it. Nope, quick RPO go to the right side to Jeremiah Smith, and Smith can't break the tackle of the cornerback Christian Gray, a transfer from Notre Dame in the portal for them. Hey, Jim, welcome in. Howdy to you as well. Here's a little play action pass. Now Sands in trouble, and he'll turf it in lieu of a sack. 3rd and 8 to start the game. Hope you're doing all right this morning, my friend. Back to pass now, Julian Sayin. Deep shot, left side. He's got a man. Smith, that's just easy money. Touchdown. 75 yards. And much like he did in the national championship 1 year ago, Jeremiah Smith takes Christian Gray, the cornerback, again, formerly of the Fighting Irish, and he house calls him that time. Just too easy when you got the best player in the game. And we have now been confirmed that he is the best player, the 99 rated overall player in the new game, which again is coming out in just a little over a week. And just a beautiful ball. And man, Sam does throw a deep ball. And yep, Jim's right, 4 for 6. That's the math that we like here on the channel. Just like that. Fireworks to start the game on a 3rd and 8, 75-yard touchdown. Julian Sayin to Smith. Again, true sophomore to true sophomore. As the embarrassment of Buckeye Riches continues here for the 8-1, number 3 in the country now. As we seem to have recovered nicely from that fluky trap game loss to the UCLA Bruins. All right, here come the Golden Gophers, coached by PJ Fleck, of course. Chop that wood, or was it Row the Boat? No, Shauno's Chop the Wood. Row the Boat is PJ Fleck. It's a quick throw from the quarterback, 6'5", 230. Drake Lindsey is the quarterback now. Lindsey, he'll give it to their best player on their team. That's Darius Taylor, the running back, and there's nowhere to go in the middle. Styles and Cooper shut him down, 3rd and 2. Darius Taylor, 6 foot, 215 pounds from Detroit, and he has been their best offensive player. They'll play action to him now. Lindsey, fling it quickly to the right side. He's got his tight end, and his tight end is barely able to get the first down. That's Gears over there on that side. Their big tight end. Jamison Gears at 6'5", 255. Here comes Lindsey. He's going to be blown up. He's actually going to give it to Taylor, and he'll lose yardage in the backfield. Arvell Reese was right there where he handed it off. Hey, Alex, welcome in. Go Bucks. Howdy to you. Back to pass. Hicks is there. C.J. Hicks, elite physical specimen. And again, we had him on the edge even to start this sim season before they announced in spring camp that he had made the move to edge officially. And this kid is special. Again, he's got, not only does he wear the number of Micah Parsons, but his body is Micah Parsons' body. His athletic profile is Micah Parsons' profile. And on a 3rd and long, it's almost picked off over the middle by Kevin Winston. Again, one of our Penn State transfers in the game. We have 3 of them who didn't actually transfer in real life, but they did to us because why not? Okay, and this is going to take it to the right side of the 40, spinning off a guy, and they're going to have a really good field position to start drive number 2, 37-yard line. Sayin, empty. Motion coming, a little pop pass. They're going to go ahead and give it to James Peoples. Peoples to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Nice gain of 8. Technically counts as a completion for Julian Sand on that pop pass. That's the JT Barrett play. The reason JT Barrett's your leading passer in NFL in Ohio State history is plays much like that, where he does that little pop pass and then let your athletes get out in space. As a quarterback, it's a real easy way to get a completion for a lot of yards here. Now, first down after the Peoples run. They'll go play action now, booting it back. Now firing over the middle. Got it. 10, 5, 3, 2. And Tate is down to the 2-yard line. Carnell Tate first and goal, Buckeyes. Easy touchdown across the middle. It's the freshman Mylan Graham. Another name you're going to hear about very soon. He's probably wide receiver number 4 right now on this depth chart. I think they redshirted him last year, so he'll be a redshirt freshman, Mylan Graham. When you come into the class with Jeremiah Smith, people aren't going to talk about you, but this kid is also very good. And he saw some flashes of it in the spring game, and Mylan Graham's got the second touchdown of the day, and the Buckeyes out to an early lead. They are, Alex, and it's just crazy to think about the pieces that they lost, and it's really not a rebuild, it's just a reload with more talent that's been waiting, learning, being in the culture, seeing how guys like Jack Sawyer, JTT, Tyleek Williams, see how those guys took care of their business every day. Cody Simon, Denzel Burke, Lathan Ransom, and I could go on and on and on and on. You're basically replacing everybody not named Sonny Styles and Caleb Bounds and Davison Igbinosun, right? So that's pretty wild. Now here's Drake Lindsay on a 3rd and 12. He's in trouble, and ball pops out. Where's it at? Buckeyes fall on it. Oh, they're going to call that a safety because the offensive lineman fell on it. I thought Caden Curry was going to get on it in the end zone for a touchdown. Instead, it's going to be a safety. Caden Curry, another one of those guys who's waited his turn. That ball's just laying there, but yeah, you're right. The left tackle's the one who falls on it. And so 16-0 here. Buckeyes stifling early on. Hey, Applied, welcome in. Yes, you have. One of them including a 75-yarder to Jeremiah. 4 for 6. That's how the game basically started. Now Sam back to pass. Buckeyes already up 16-10. Looking for more, and he'll fire it out of bounds. Puts it over in the direction of the medical tent on that Minnesota sideline. Back to pass, Sayin, fling it right side. Short throw, short catch. And Jeremiah's got it up to the 46-yard line. Buckeyes with a 3rd and 4 now in a pistol. Here comes Julian, back to pass. Quick throw left side. Over the top again! Nobody went with him! How many times do you have to see it happen before you learn your lesson? You gotta have him bracketed. You gotta have a safety shaded to number 4's side. It's just not worth it. Try to make other guys beat you, and they will, but try to make other guys beat you. Here comes Peoples. He'll try to go outside zone to the 15, to the 10. James Peoples will slide forward for 9. 2nd and 1. Katron Allen back into the game. 1-2 punch, the thunder and lightning, much like we will have in real life with Peoples and C.J. Donaldson. Fling it left side. Easy touchdown. Whoa, spun him in the air. 2nd of the quarter for Mylan Graham. And this freshman's having himself a nice day. Redshirt freshman Mylan Graham looking good in the all scarlet jerseys, and he's got his 2nd touchdown catch of the first quarter. So now we have 4 for 6 and now 5 for 6. Watch him go poof. Oh, that was actually pretty sweet animation. Holds on to the football though, Mylan Graham. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm excited to see what Matt Patricia's defense look like, only because in New England, because of the Belichick thing, they were always 3-4, right? As their base, they were a 3-4 defense, and I don't really think the Buckeyes have the personnel to switch to a 3-4, nor do I think they want to. I think they really like the kind of the base 4-2-5. 2 really athletic linebackers and then a 5th defensive back, whether that, it's been Jordan Hancock the past couple of years, whoever that ends up being this year. So yeah, I think, and you can see we're in our base 4-2-5 right now. Quick throw left side to Darius Taylor. Igbinosun blows him up right at the line of scrimmage again, and the Buckeyes are red hot to start this one. So that's certainly one of the things I'm most curious to see how that looks. And a fired over the middle outside, and it is going to be Darius Taylor out of the backfield and a first down and a breath. An exhale from Minnesota and PJ Fleck as this thing was about ready to enter boat race territory now up the middle. Sonny Styles closes the hole quickly. Darius Taylor, no real where to go. Drake Lindsay under center. And delayed handoff. This is the backup running back, and he has nowhere to go as well. And that's going to be Jordan Newman. 5'10", 215 now. 3rd and 10. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Instead, it's going to be a sack. The third of the day, and it's Kenyatta Jackson. Another player who's waited his time here. Going to get to start as maybe a senior now, finally. And he has had a crazy year for us in the sim. He has been on the Heisman semifinalist list basically since about the 4th week of the season. This kid has been incredible for the Buckeyes on the defensive line, and another punt upcoming. The Buckeyes just a chance to really blow this thing wide open. 23-0 now. Saying. Still the first quarter here, by the way. We're about ready to go up 30-0. Quick throw over the middle. Very quick throw at Cornell Tate on the other end of it for 2. Tate for 2. Over the middle. Caught. First down and more. Cornell Tate again. Applied, I've heard some rumblings about Dobson. I'm not going to pretend to know quite enough about it to know if that's a good trade for us. Does it signal? Probably signals the end of Provorov, meaning Provorov's not going to get re-signed. Here's Katron Allen for a first down. Nice run of about 10. We do have the 2 firsts, and it sounds like I was reading a bunch of mock drafts this morning. It sounds like there's sort of like 6 top guys in the top tier. I mean, you're still going to get good players at 14 and 20, but they're going to be more prospects, developmental guys. So, yeah, if you find a way you can flip them for a real NHL, quality all-star caliber player, they've got a bajillion dollars in cap space, for better or for worse. Maybe a buyout coming. They already traded Tarasov. Here's an RPA right side. Smith, house call, his second of the day. A 30-burger, a quarter plus 1, and the Buckeyes are up 30-0 here in Columbus. Oh my. I've also seen a couple of mocks with them taking the there's a first-round goalie talent, which doesn't always happen, the Ravensburger kid. He's like a 6'5", like kind of prototypical NFL, or NFL, gosh, I keep saying NFL, NHL goalie build. If they keep one of the picks, I wouldn't mind them taking that, kind of refill the goalie prospect coffers. But at this point, I would be okay with just buying out Elvis and giving the keys of the kingdom to Jet. Maybe bringing in like a solid veteran to just be the backup. He is a superstar, Jim. You are right. He is incredible. And again, he's probably one of the few people that we've ever talked about in these video games and we said the same thing about Nick Chubb for a while, the past couple seasons on the channel, that like even in a video game, like it still sometimes doesn't do them justice. Ball pops out. I think he's down, but the Buckeyes are going to get a turnover if this thing stands. Igbinosun comes flying in there to fall on the football. But it's the same thing we sort of said about Nick Chubb, is that like even in a video game, like he's still somehow underrated. Like they can't possibly make him as good as he is in real life. And I was saying that I would say that about Jeremiah Smith. They're not even going to review it. The Buckeyes are going to take over again. And This game can't end quick enough for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Fired again. There's Max Clare, your big tight end, to the 10 and into the 8, and another 1st and goal. Saying with 4 first quarter touchdown passes. This thing is going off of the rails. We could be the backups by halftime. Left side throw to the 2 and caught by Brandon Ennis. 2nd and goal. And touchdown, K-Tron Allen. Night time, he says, Gophers. Start the buses. This is like a high school game where we're going to have to get the running clock at halftime. This is crazy. So yeah, we'll see. I would say the one thing I would say applied, and then I'll talk about the Cavs draft. The one thing that I would say is I do really trust Don Waddell. He's done nothing but good things so far. He's been around a long time. He's not gonna jump at some bait. He's not gonna fall for the fool's gold. He's a really, really exceptional GM, and I'm really glad that we have him in our building. So yeah, I'll be interested. I'll kind of have it on in the background and see what ends up coming tonight if the big trade doesn't come just yet. Yeah, exciting times in Columbus for sure. Alex, yeah, I similarly like the Proctor pick. He was a big 5-star kid. I think he's from Australia, who came over to Duke, and just guys who are good basketball players. He could shoot, he could pass. They gave him a regular contract, like right away, sounded like. So he's not going to be on like a 2-way G League deal. Like he's going to be on the real roster from day one. So that kind of tells you what they think of him, even at 49 or whatever the pick was. Right side throw, 1st down. Is caught and made up to the 34. And it's the first time Minnesota has been in Ohio State territory in this game. So, so I'm excited about Proctor. The Cavs didn't really need to make a bunch of moves. They just need to figure out how to try to be healthy during the playoffs and not get bullied out of the gym by a much more physical team. Here's Darius Taylor on a delayed handoff. He'll pick up 6 to set up a 3rd and 4. Maybe that certainly has been the rumor, right? He was rumored to be in the Durant deal. He was rumored to be part of the Giannis deal. So I like Darius Garland a lot, but when he's healthy, he's very good. And as soon as he's not 100%, he gets really bad. Like the other guys, Mobley's hurt, Allen's hurt, but they're gutting through it, and their overall level of play doesn't go down. But like Garland with his little toe injury or his foot or whatever, he had turf toe or something like that, like he wasn't even close to the same player. So it's like our most recent view of him is not great, but we have to remember that when healthy, he's very good, and he and Mitchell can play together, although it does make for a pretty short backcourt. So I don't know what to say. It's tough. I think I'm still a believer in the core 4. I think maybe I just try to organize my offense a little bit differently. I think you still need to continue to find out how deep the rabbit hole can go on Mobley, offensively speaking. I think you got to continue to try to run more of your game through him. And that Donovan doesn't have to ISO ball it so much, especially at the end of those games. It's just brutal to watch. Especially when he was gutting through injuries. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think Tyrese Proctor is going to come in and start for you, but I think he's a nice bench piece, and maybe fills a Ty Jerome role. If he doesn't come back, Sammy buckets. If he doesn't come back, that kind of a spot for him. So to be honest, I've never even heard of the other kid. I have no idea. I'm assuming he's going to be a stash. Play somewhere else for a while, and maybe he'll catch lightning in a bottle with a big 6'8" athletic frame. So that's what I would say about the Cavs draft on a 3rd and 13. Peoples, what a play! 275 yards passing. We're still halfway through the first half here in the second quarter. Yeah, it's been a beatdown, LA. Started early in Arth, and Julian Sand has been throwing dots all over to Yard here today. Welcome in, Mason. Sorry I missed you in the middle of that draft recap in LA. Welcome in to you. Yeah, I liked Emoni Bates, however you say his name. Coming out of high school, he was like the can't-miss #1 kid, kind of like a Cooper Flagg or whatever, and just not sure what to think of it. Cross it over the middle again. Guess who? Jeremiah, his shortest catch of the day, 300 yards with 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Unbelievable. So we'll see, yeah. Yeah, was Nemhard still there, Alex? I couldn't remember. I wasn't watching it in real time. I just looked to see at the end. But he was the name that I remember, that I recognized as well. Peoples fighting his way up the middle. First down, Buckeyes. Going back into the comments, yes, I think you are exactly right, Jim. I think any of these Ohio State receivers would be #1 just about any other school in the country. But they all want to play here, because they're having fun, they're winning championships, and then they are getting paid at the next level. 2nd and 4. Peoples up the middle to the 1. 3rd and 1. At the 1. They still can get a first down. Saying back to pass. Left side throw. His 5th touchdown of the first half. And this one's Brandon Ennis. Touchdown Buckeyes, and it is just annihilation city right now. 44-3, and we really are we're gonna get backups for the whole second half here. You're gonna get to see a little bit of Lincoln Keenholz. In fact, we could put Tavian St. Clair in if you really want. Let's get really wild with this thing. Get some of the deep bench in. Nice tackle by Riley Pettijohn. He sure is, Jim. He's an equal opportunity distributor. 44-3. Drake or Lindsay. Fired over the middle. Caught. First down. That's their primary receiver. We just haven't called his name yet today. 6'3", 210-pound. From Lakeland, Florida, Tyler Williams on the receiving end of that one. Lindsay. Deep shot. Right side. But down there is the defense. And almost picked off by Jermaine Matthews. He looked like he was running the go route. Good coverage from 24. I think I saw that he changed his number to 7, by the way. Jermaine Matthews hit hard that time. That Caleb Downs. He'll smack you in the mouth. We know that. 3rd and 8 now. Drake Lindsay. Lindsay claps his hands together. Gives it to Taylor. Nobody's fooled. But specifically not Edric Houston, who buries him at the 33 for a loss of 2. They tried to run a draw on 3rd and 8. Oh, okay, so Nemhard did go. He's going to go with Cooper Flagg to Dallas. Okay. Interesting. A lot of good conversation on the chat this morning. I guess that's what a blowout does. We start talking NHL draft, NBA draft. Max Clare, how about coming over from Purdue in the portal? Max Clare, he's got a couple of big catches as well. And the Buckeyes are still attacking now. 5 wide with 2 minutes to go. Long throw left side. I think it's going to be knocked away. Smith was over there, but 2 Gophers were over there. And the 2 Gophers are like, all right, this is enough. Number 4 is not beating us anymore. Double covering him. Here comes Peoples, James Peoples. Little outside zone for 5. And the Buckeyes taking their time now. No hurry up, but they are still in a 5 wide set. Back to pass. Sand. Fling it right side. Caught by Clare. And he stepped out of bounds. Did he get the first down? He did. Whew. Like generous spot there from the linesman. 1st and 10. Julian Sand. Fling it left side. End zone. Incomplete. He tried to go for Smith. I think he needed to layer that one. Kind of floated over the top. He tried to rope it in there. And the defender was able to make a good play on it. Christian Gray that time. Sand. Ooh, had Clare over the middle and he missed him just a little bit behind him to the senior tight end of the transfer from Purdue. Now delayed handoff, Peoples to the 30, to the 25. He's got a first down, and they're going to keep going on a 3rd and 10. They run a draw to concede the field goal, essentially, and James Peoples runs for 11. So now they're back to 5 wide and going to keep pushing. Sayin. And he's going to be sacked, hit hard. Anytime you see a defender with single digits, that's Jackson Howard, the big defensive end. Transfer from LSU. And it's going to set him back up 2nd and 22, all the way back at the 31. Saying again. Left side. Oof, he's just been off on his last couple throws. Just been a little bit. Maybe he heard us talking about him getting benched. And he's like, well, wait a minute, I don't want to be too good, too fast. Saying. And he'll throw it away. So they're going to have to settle for 3 here. Yeah. If they could have put that one in the end zone, that would have been a 50 burger by half. Instead, it's going to be a 47 burger as Jaden Fielding puts it through the uprights. But it has been all Buckeyes here, 47-3. And just a monster game from them on offense and on defense here. Riley Pettijohn, nice tackle again, the special teams. Kid's going to be good. I'm excited to see him in real life and in the new game, which comes out again. I think my pre-order gets here in a week and a half. I have one more little summer vacation that I'll be taking, and then we'll be all in on the new Sims. So that's exciting. Right side throw all the way down. There was the running back, Darius Taylor. With 32 seconds, he'll step out of bounds. Lindsey setting up screen to the right side, and he'll have to throw it at the toes of of Taylor. Drake Lindsey to Darius Taylor. 2nd and 10. They leave Taylor in for a max protect, and it doesn't really matter. Jackson and Edric Houston. Big Ed into the backfield for a sack again today. 4th for the Silver Bullets, or the Scarlet Bullets, I guess in this case. We went with the all Scarlet jerseys. On a 3rd and 20, they're just going to hand it off, and the Buckeyes are content to let this thing go to halftime. Don't even know why they're punting. They don't need to punt. Going to give Brandon Innes a chance to return it. He's just going to call a fair catch at the 35. And we have reached halftime. Holy smokes. 47-3 here. Beautiful day at Ohio Stadium. Whoops. And so we are going to go ahead and sub the backups in. Very nice day for the starters on offense and defense. Coaching. Mass sub. Whoops, it already did it. That's so funny. Look at it. It already put the backups in for me. Let's see if it does that way. Well, no, wait a minute. Those are all the starters. Mass backups. There we go. Can I see where we're at now? All right, there's Kane Holtz. Okay. Here we go. 47-3. Quick throw, and it's almost picked up by Egbenosin, who is still in the game. I need to do some subs on the... right now, Caleb Downs is now the backup sub linebacker. Blow a second safety of the game. Oh, boy. And they've got their backups in, too. That's the backup quarterback. Jack Lausch is into the game now. And Eric Mensah is back there along with Josh Mickens. So we are really getting deep into the depth chart now. And again, quarterback Jack Lausch, who is not on their roster from last year, so he must be a transfer over. All right, Lincoln Keenholtz into the football game. Bo Jackson behind him. Freshman tailback, Bo Jackson, right up the middle. Big gainer for 11 on his first touch. Oh, that's funny that Minnesota went full backups as well. They're like, sheesh. Jackson again running up the middle. Another 8 yards for him. Excited to see Bo Jackson in real life. Peoples now back into the game. Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Hopefully that equates to some skill. I was going to get caught for a TFL in the backfield this time, and they're going to try fielding from 53 here to break the 50. To break the 50-point mark. And he drills it. Nice kick from fielding there. And one more thing, forgive me here. I don't want the backups, or I don't want the guys to get hurt who are in there, so controls would be the wrong one, Phil. Not fully woken up this morning. These sub-package spots. So, okay, Mickens is fine. We can put Kirks in. Moore and McDonald is fine. Yeah, see, this guy is, we don't need him as the sub-linebacker. We want to put Arvell Reese in there. And then let's put the freshman Peyton Pierce in there. I've heard good things about Peyton Pierce in camp. And Bryce West as the slot is probably fine as well. Can we get Sanchez in there? Sorry, Davison Igbinosin. I'm going to put in Devin Sanchez. There we go. There we go. There's Tarvis Alford. Excited about him. There's Riley Pettijohn and Garrett Stover. Okay. All right, that looks a little bit better. The last thing I'll check is the receivers, because sometimes it puts like the third receiver fifth. Apologize about this. This is the part that nobody wants to come and see. Quincy Porter, Bryson Rogers, Bodapin Miller, Phillip Bell. Yeah, I think that's actually what we want it to be. And we can make, let's get Turbo Rogers in there as the backup. And we'll make Turbo Rogers the, there we go. All right. I promise that's it for now until we decide to put Tavian Sinclair in, maybe in the fourth quarter. Hi, Karen. Welcome in. It has been a big Buckeye beatdown today, 52-3. Julian Sayin threw 275 yards and 4 touchdowns in the first quarter. The Buckeye defense has amassed a turnover and 2 safeties already in this game as well. Quick little throw left side. And now all the backups are into the football game. That was Aaron Scott making the tackle there. Going to really test my knowledge of the roster here. He'll step up, Jack Lausch to the 20. He'll slide just shy of it right in front of the true freshman Devin Sanchez. Whoops. I think that time Jason Moore got a little excited. He's going to encroach, and that will give them a free first down. Yeah, it is kind of a weird flex slash maybe you're just really confident in yourself. Or maybe the kid's name is like Timothy Jackson and Bo has just become his nickname, you know? Jack Lausch, left side throw, knocked away. Good coverage by Aaron Scott. So we are getting into the back end. Jack Lausch is a quarterback for Northwestern in real life, so it looks like he transferred in the game here. Now he's into the game. It was Jack Lausch on a 3rd and 5. I would assume we would have been told, oh, Aaron Scott again. Dislodging ball from player and a punt coming for the Gophers. I would assume it would have been much ballyhooed if he was related to him, like if it was his dad or his uncle or something. All right, Lincoln Keenholtz and the second string Ohio State Buckeye offense into the game. Keenholtz, RPO right side, give it to the backup tight end. And I think it's Max Leclerc, I think, in the game. Is it Max Leclerc? Either Bennett Christian or Max Leclerc. Left side throw, Keenholtz, whoa! Had him over the top. That was Quincy Porter. He couldn't get him. Quincy Porter Some services have him as a 5-star. He's the 5-star receiver from this year's class. Left side throw, dump it off to your tight end, and a first down coming for the Buckeyes into, it is LeBlanc. Max LeBlanc is the tight end who's in the game now. Sieverfeld in, pulling. Bo Jackson up the middle. Give him a trap to the right side for a gain of 3. All Buckeyes here in this one. And yes, you're right, Jim. Our backups versus their backups is unfair. With the exception of the offensive line, which we know even the starters are a little thin, there are 70 rated guys, like 70 guys in the 70s on our starting offensive line. The exception of the offensive line, our starters, just tipped away at the last second as he was trying to go to Quincy Porter. And Rylan Kelly able to knock that one away at the last second. Otherwise, that was another touchdown for the Buckeyes. Yeah, I would wager that our second team, both offensively and defensively, still is probably a top 10 to top 15 roster in the game. Left side throw over the top. He got past him this time. Watch out. McLean got beat. 10-5. Touchdown. Jalen McLean got beat, and Lanier the second into the end zone. Kenrick Lanier from Decatur, Georgia, 6'1", 195, and Jack Lausch with the first touchdown of the game as he flings one way over the top. We've seen the Buckeyes do that before, and that's a safety. Jalen McLean lined up against a receiver, and Lanier gets into the house, and the Gophers are on the board with a big score. Yep, there you go. Thank you. Oh, his name is Lamar Jackson, or is that a joke? Also kind of a flex, although when he was born, Lamar Jackson wouldn't have meant anything. So you can either be Lamar Jackson or you can be Bo Jackson. That's amazing. I hope that's the truth and not just a fun joke that you made up, David/Jim. Well, yeah, we also have We have a kid named Turbo Rogers, but his real name is Anthony. As Keenholtz airmails that one. Truth, says Jim. Love it. So Lamar/Bo Jackson. Here comes Turbo Rogers. He'll try the right side. I think we're going to get a holding call, but look at that speed from Turbo, and it won't matter. Austin Sieverfeld, who's had a very good offseason. I think they said he's going to be our starting right tackle as Sieverfeld. Sierrafeld, however you say his name. I keep wanting to add an extra V. Keenholtz. Oh, can't quite hold on. That's Bo Jackson out of the backfield. 3rd and 17 now for the Buckeyes. Lincoln. Pride of Pierre, South Dakota, Lincoln Keenholtz. Short throw over the middle to LeBlanc, and they're going to have to punt it away. 52-10 here in a beautiful afternoon in Columbus, Ohio. We are 1 week away. This is week number 12 in the game, meaning the big one with that team up north is coming up next. Schedule permitting, I'll try to get that one to you maybe tomorrow. Do want to try to get a Browns game in tonight as well. Kit will not be able to join us. You heard us on the sim. He's actually road tripping from Seattle to Ohio right now. And he's going to stay with me for the week. He's going to be in town. A good chunk of his extended family will be in town as well. Sort of a family reunion of sorts. So he will actually be staying here at Nagyon Sports Central. So we're going to try to get a couple of sims in where we're just sitting right next to each other on the couch down here at Ground Zero. So that'll be kind of fun. But he is currently road tripping across the country with his family, and he's a braver man than I, that's for sure. Hand off to the running back, stymied right away. Fame Ejibwo on the carry, 2nd and 11. Transfer quarterback from Northwestern, Jack Lausch, fired over the middle, tipped that time by Dominic Kirks at the line, 3rd and 11. Lausch over the middle, incomplete, and knocked down by Bryce West. Yes, the Go Browns will be in sync instead of a slight delay. Yes, you're correct. That's funny. All right, Buckeyes taking over again, 3:51. Lincoln Kienholz, the quarterback. All the backups in the game. Here comes Turbo to the right side. Anthony Turbo Rogers for 5 to the midfield stripe. Appreciate everybody being on. My name is Phil Nagy. Channel is Nagy on Sports. Again, only place on YouTube that you're going to find simulated sporting events, mostly football, with our live original commentary, the way that only we can do it here at Nagy on Sports. Appreciate you being on. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, or if you've gotten yourself a new Gmail account, you can subscribe from multiple places. It's okay. It's allowed. We'll take it. You can also hit that thumbs up button, which helps to continue to grow our audience here as we are wrapping up the 2025 sim season. It's a preview of what the future could look like. Obviously, there is zero chance of making the rosters accurate with how the transfer portal is. So there are guys on this Buckeye team who are not on the team in real life, and guys that left in real life who are still on the team, and those kinds of things. So it's not perfect, but of course it's better than nothing, and the new game will be out in a couple of weeks, and we'll be starting our official 2025 season preview sim for the Buckeyes, which will be a lot of fun. Also continuing to work our way through the Cleveland Browns. Nice run by Bo Jackson. The Cleveland Browns 2025 sim season. They are currently 6-3, which is crazy to think about. Combination of Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel at quarterback for them. Here comes Turbo up the middle again. Picks up 8 to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal now for the Buckeyes. Appreciate you being on, though, truly. We wouldn't keep doing this if nobody didn't watch. This was a COVID project that I started in the summer of 2020. And it has continued on until now. End of the quarter. They can see where we're at. Clemson at 1, Virginia Tech 2, Georgia 4, Ohio State currently 3rd. 3rd and goal from the 1. Kienholz will spread them out 5 wide. What if we're going to get QB draw here? He's a little bit more athletic than Sayin is. Nope, we're going to get a pop pass to Turbo Rogers, who's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The best thing from the COVID era, says Jim. Yes. Well, if you're a work from home person now because of it, maybe that's the best thing to come out of it for you. All right, one more substitution. I want to see what the kid looks like. We're going to bring in the true freshman, Tavian St. Clair. Big 5-star prospect, 6'5", 220. Everybody's pumped to see this kid. Technically, they said he was part of the 3-headed quarterback battle, but I don't think he really ever had a chance. I think it's pretty much Kienholz and Sayin at this point, but everybody's excited about St. Clair. He will certainly be the future of the Buckeyes when Julian Sayin gets drafted in the 1st round in 2 years. Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, Edric Houston. Could be some really high-end talent in that draft from the Buckeyes. Yeah, Alex. I don't know about the only good thing, but certainly one thing that's been good in my life. And apparently your guys' lives too, which I appreciate. 2nd and 5 here for the transfer quarterback from Northwestern. Donald is the one who made the left tackle leave early. And big Caden McDonald. We haven't even talked about him because the Buckeyes are rarely in base, but he's going to be starting next to Edric Houston